So there's a big error I've been seeing people make with frontals, and today I think I want to help you guys fix it. You see this funny ripple effect most people get when they install their frontals, and your frontal not fitting perfectly and all that. It's because the frontal placement right from the start was even wrong. So you're going to stay with me pretty and join me as I help you correct it, okay? This one I was using here was a 13 by 4 frontal. I was measuring it for you guys to see that it's really 13 by 4. So here I was measuring the 4 inches, and keep this measurement in mind, all right? We are going to need it along the line. So what first you're going to do is you're going to break your frontal into half. For you to get a midpoint, you break it into perfect half. Remember, it's a 13 inches full frontal. So when you break it into half, you make sure that whatever that's going to the left is 6.5 and whatever that's going to the right is also 6.5. Then you find your midpoint, the middle, where they both meet, and you pin. We are going to leave the pin there and we're going to come back to it. Now, when you are fixing your frontal on your cap, right, you do not place the edge of the frontal at the edge of your dome cap. No, that is where the back of that cap goes to the back of the ear. So if you end up putting the edge of your frontal at the exact edge of your cap line, it means that side is going to go to the back of the ear. So how are you going to cut? And I've been seeing a lot of errors. People bring frontals to my salon for installation and we end up being frustrated. To avoid this, you're going to need 2 extra inches, okay? The distance from the back of the ear to the person's 5'5" is usually 2 inches. So this is what I was showing you guys here. So if you should place your frontal very well, this is how it should be looking like. There should be a distance, because I repeat, the back of the cap, it goes right behind the back of the ear, okay? So now we are going to measure the sides, okay? I told you you're going to leave 2 inches out. So you're going to measure the 2 inches. The 2 inches start from 0 to 2 inches. You can either turn the tape measure upside down or downside up. Just get 2 inches straight, and then you pin where the 2 inches was. Now remember that side is a little curved, but it doesn't mean you curve your tape measure. You straighten it out until you get the 2 inches and you pin. We do same for the other side. We are going to look for 2 inches. Remember, the 2 inches doesn't start from the net. It starts from the hairline. Then you also pin. So at the end of the day, you are supposed to get 3 points, 3 midpoints, okay? First, second, and then a third. Now let's go to the canvas head. Every canvas head has a middle line, a faint line that divides the canvas into 2. I use this line a lot because it helps you know where your exact middle line is, okay? It breaks the canvas into 2 halves. So you're going to trace it on your cap. Usually when I am working, because I already know, I don't even trace it. But as a beginner, or for you not to be frustrated, you're going to take your Sharpie pencil. That's when your Sharpie pencil comes to use, and then you trace it. Now, when you're placing your frontal on your cap, okay, you do not let your frontal hairline be exactly on the hairline of your cap. Just like when you're positioning a closure, it has to come a little forward. It has to come beyond it, okay? Just as I was showing you guys here. So this frontal I was using was a 13 by 4 frontal. So if we should actually measure 4 inches, if we wanted to start exactly from the cap, we would have measured 4 inches because it's a 13 by 4. It means your placement was going to be somewhere here if you put your frontal hairline on your cap. But because we are not going to do that, we are going to let the frontal come beyond it like an inch. That's what I was saying, keep the measurement in mind previously. If the frontal was an inch, and then if we are taking an inch out, it means it's going to extend by an inch. It means whatever that has to be on the cap is supposed to be 3 inches, because the frontal is 4 inches in all. So 4 inches and you're taking 1 inch out, it means we are going to be left with 3 inches. Now you're going to mark that side, and then the middle point, the pin, where the middle pin is, you're going to pin it over there. When you do this, now we know that we've brought the extra 1 inch out, okay? Then we come to the side. When you come into the side, you stretch. Don't take the pin out, you stretch it. When you stretch, do not pin back at the back and do not pin in front. you should be pinning exactly on the line of your cup, and you're supposed to stretch it. When you stretch it, you do not control the frontal. Allow the frontal to control itself, okay? So wherever it brings you to, you pin there. After pinning, you should see the extra 2 inches, and you should be getting a flat edge and a flat surface. Remember, I pinned it exactly at the tip of the cap. I didn't pin in the middle, neither did I pin on the canvas head. Then we come to the next side too. You do the same thing. I repeat, don't pin at the back like this, and don't pin in front. Pin exactly at the tip of your cap, as you can see me doing. And you have to make sure your frontal is well stretched. At the end of the day, if you have done it well, you can add your extra pin just to secure the end. If you do your pinning very well, you should be getting something like this. Your edge should be looking very, very flat on both sides, and then the front should also be giving you the extra 1 inch we took off, which is this. So you realize that your hairline is underneath. I wanted you guys to see here very well. Your cap line is underneath, but your frontal hairline comes right beyond it, okay? And that gives you the 1 inch, the extra one. So with this, we know how to perfectly fit our frontals on our cup and avoid all mistakes, okay? Have a good day. Bye.